back to another episode of Knicks Morning Koffee. I'm Mr. King. Y'all know my partner, Joe Cool.
What's up, what's up?
All right. Today we have to talk about a couple of things. Last night's game and then also Randle's All-Star selection. But first, like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And please, we need those thumbs up. All right. Tonight, the Knicks play the Sixers. Joel Embiid may not play, but by the time y'all see this video, the game would have been over. All right. Right now, the Knicks are starting to become a disgrace when it comes to the end of the game decision making. I mean, last night I was screaming, foul. Somebody foul. As the ball was going around the perimeter, we knew that they needed a three. Right? They wasn't going to do nothing but take a three. So there was no need to double. Everybody should have just stayed with their man.
Right.
There was no need to get caught out like that. And the heartbreak part of it also was, when you think about 3 games ago with the Lakers, when Randle's double team, game should never have gone into overtime because we got the ball back after the Lakers challenged the call. It was like 3.8 or something. They put a couple of seconds back on the clock. So now we got like 4 seconds to get off a good shot. Whatever Tibbs drew up, Brunson wide open. And then I replayed it from like 3 point something to 2.8 or 2.6. Randle had ample time to make the throw out to Brunson during that Laker game to get the win, to at least give Brunson a chance to go for the win because he was having a hot night. That was a 30-point night for him. So it just make you mad, make you sick for us to be losing this type of way. It's sickening.
The roles are still not defined, right? When we look at the Knicks, Randle's our star. Brunson looked like he's our up-and-coming star. Knicks don't really have that identity in that sense. So when it's who's going to take the last shot, who's going to make the play, who's going to do that, it's clearly like nobody really knows what to do.
Yeah, but you have to make in that particular game against the Lakers, Randle, and I don't know why Brunson was wide open, because clearly they wasn't guarding Brunson, because LeBron and AD closed out on Randle. So I didn't, if you go back and look at it, if anybody go back and look at it, you see in regulation how Brunson is clearly nobody in sight in that frame. So if you just swing it to him, he even got a chance to get closer if he didn't want to take a three.
Right.
So I just, that broke my heart, that when you think that we learning from these little mistakes, we're not. And it's just, that part is just killing me. So last night was a part of why you like to watch the Knicks, and then you get back down to the dumb mistakes that we was making. And then RJ against the Heat went for 30. And RJ, I know you saw that game where RJ just bullied them like a pro veteran. During the post-game interview,
right,
he said they was calling his number when they was asking why was he able to isolate and just, take his man off the dribble anytime he got ready. So it just made me start thinking that if Tibbs is calling, if they're calling numbers like that, it seemed like RJ was just getting the ball and just taking on his own. But apparently, those were plays, I guess, to isolate him. But if we're doing that for RJ, too, we should be doing that for, other players on the team as well. Because one of the things the Clippers did to us last night was the way, not even so much Paul George, but the way Kawhi Leonard was getting the ball, he was getting it 4 and 5 times in a row to be able to do what he do. And, so we don't have that. But that part was, it was killing me. That was 3 games. We went 1-3. Those 3 games that we had won. 2 that we lost was our own blunder in regulations, and then they damn near gave away the game against the Heat.
Yeah.
So, now it's starting to get on my nerves because we don't have to be in this predicament.
And it's funny because I text the group chat and I'm like, if Kyrie's upset, if I could hope that he stayed home, I would probably trade RJ or somebody in like 1 first-round pick, but then. After that loss last night, everybody said no. And then after that loss, it was like, shoot, maybe I might take Kyrie.
Well, something, yeah, and we're going to come back to that too, because something got to give. We can't keep losing games this type of way, because now Tibbs, his thing is starting to come into questioning for me. Will we be in this predicament without him? Probably not, because for all of his in-game management sometimes that he's blundering, I think he's still got a tight hold on, how the Knicks are playing the game. So you taking a bunch of almost young guys and half journeymen, you're taking a bunch of them and you're making a cohesive unit. But the in-game decision-making, now it's starting to wear on, because we can see now in our last 10 games, we giving them away. Give or take one or two. What Kyrie did to us against the Nets, we can't complain about.
Also don't got no simple play calling either. Like offensive, defense, I can see what either is play defense or don't play with the Knicks, because it looked like they doing something. Like they switching on time. They getting up on their man now, but that's just playing hard defense. After that, on offense, I don't even know what they...
Well, you can see what they trying to do.
What they play drawing up, but they ain't no real play drawing up.
I mean, it looked like when
I don't see no screen.
When they running that weave at the top, is the ball ending up in the person's hand that they wanted to end up in?
I don't think
like
so.
When the Clippers was coming down yesterday, you already knew that once Kawhi went to that mid post, he was getting it. He was getting to do whatever it was he wanted to do with it. Was back his man down for the shot or for the kick out. But that's their play within their plays. So what is ours? And that just, I don't know. We got to, so I don't know where the blame go. I don't know if it's on the players or is it on the coaching staff.
Now it's on the coaching staff, because we had a 9-man rotation. Players is now sitting and not playing at all. So if that's the case, then.
Well, when RJ sat during the Lakers game, Tibbs' thing was, I understand it, which I didn't mind him sitting, because I thought we needed the outside shooting. And he said that the Lakers were being quick. So I thought RJ was quick. But he, as far as defense, he said the Lakers were moving. We needed somebody to be able to, like, in a sense, be with them step for step. So I don't know. Yeah, but that's good if RJ sometimes have to sit, because that Grimes and IQ are prone to knock down the jumper. At least you get the outside threat.
Yeah, but I would say coaches are only as good as their players, but they gotta be coaches that take a team of people that's basically nobody to make them somebody.
Well, yeah, that's how
looking at Golden State, how they was created. It wasn't like you knew what they was doing in the NBA. You knew what they were doing in college and made them somebody.
Well, they played to their skill set.
And then now you got the Knicks. It's the same thing. So we got a whole bunch of players that you know what they did in college, and you're not doing nothing with it. That's when I feel like your coaching ability comes to shine, and it's not shining.
Yeah, we said that last week. We just to me, it's coming down to the last 5 minutes. All the other stuff during the game, because the same way we'll blow a lead, we'll take back a lead. So, but something in that got to give. All right, so we'd be remiss if we didn't bring up our boy, who's some of our boy, making the All-Star team. But one of the things I did say about Julius Randle, I said it would be easier in the East for a big man to make it and Randle than the guards and Brunson.
Yeah, because when he played good, he does play great. Like, when he's out there doing what he's supposed to do, you do see it. Like, you're like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
It looks like they can't hold him.
I mean, Randle's deserving. And Brunson also is equally deserving. I just knew that the numbers, it would be harder. So let me ask you this then.
If we was winning, Brunson definitely would have been in the All-Star game.
Well, we winning enough. Yeah.
We not winning.
Randle's in.
We not beating no select teams, but like you said, for the big men, it's easier.
So when we beat Cleveland, that at least had given him a boost. When you start, we beat a couple of the top teams. We beat Boston.
Yeah, but
so you think that'd give a boost. So do you think it was a snub with Brunson, or was it a numbers game?
It was in numbers.
So it wasn't a snub?
No.
All right, so then
Brunson, we got to keep it real with the Knicks. Brunson, we not winning. Yeah, we beat the Celtics. So that was the one time we beat a team with the superstar, the number one in the East, and we beat them. Cool. Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell, as great as he is, he don't win nothing.
Okay, but
the Nets, look, Kyrie.
Boston ain't won nothing either.
Huh?
Boston ain't won nothing either.
I'm talking about they got to the finals. This is what I'm saying. That's a team that got to the finals that we probably on paper wasn't supposed to beat, and by numbers wasn't supposed to beat. That was the only team that we beat that we probably wasn't supposed to beat. Now, when you get to the Lakers and LeBron James and AD, they won a ring before. You ain't beating them. You get to Kyrie Irving, that won a ring before, you ain't beating him.
Yeah, but the Lakers won, we beat ourselves.
Those are the games that count. John Morant and all them beating them. So even if John Morant don't get nowhere, he get to the playoffs, he beating those teams. That's why somebody like him's going to get
we caught the Lakers at full strength. They hadn't been at full strength since early in the season. Yeah, so we caught them with everybody. But with that, we still had
other than Mitch, we got everybody. Other than Mitch.
Yeah, but that hurts because look what teams like with the Heat, the way they were driving in against Mitch. I mean, without us having Mitch, teams know he's not there.
Yeah.
So but if Brunson is, if it's
more respect on Mitch's name, that's what I'm saying.
Well, everybody do. But if Brunson if it's a numbers game, then that's what we said.
Right.
It's going to be harder for him to make it in the East because there's way more guards than it is big men. So that's not a slight to me for Brunson.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and then the other question is that was between Randle and Brunson, who do we thought needed the All-Star game more? And last week I say Randle needed to make it more. We need Randle. Brunson is at least steady. He could be off at times, but he's at least a steady player. He plays within himself. Randle, I think, needs that right now to keep his flow going. I think he needs to be appreciated and be a part of the elite, even if he don't always, display that.
Brunson still talks like as if he is a role player.
Well, he is a role player.
And he is, but we give him that, and he's playing just as good as Randle, and that's my problem.
Listen. On our team, though.
Yeah, on our team.
On our team.
Playing
if
just as good.
If RJ
30-point games
was doing what he do, but that's a lot of that, though, is Brunson taking initiative to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
You could argue some of those shots could be dimes. You could argue that with Brunson. You even though he's backing his man down, he could be backing him down to find an open guy. Nobody's complaining about it. But you could argue as a point guard. Well,
and Randall's point, Randall's probably frustrated because I know there's a lot of times where I see Randle, he got the ball, they not even doing nothing. They just standing there looking at
it. Well, no, I think this is the best year of us moving around without the ball. This year is better than most. So I don't even know if that's our full problem.
No, that's not a full problem, but I can see where at those times that's an issue.
At times, because a lot of times we are finding an open guy. If that's what we're choosing to do, people are moving into the line of sight. If you want to pass the ball out, like last week, the other day rather, I think it was the Heat when they threw the ball into Randle under the basket. No, it was the Lakers, and he zipped it. Yeah, against the Heat, he zipped it to Grimes, even though Hartenstein could have intercepted him. Grimes knocked down the three. So when we want to do that, people are moving into your sight. So I give them more credit for that than in the past. In the past, once somebody got in the post, that was it. It was just standing around.
When the Knicks lose like this, I don't give them no credit. Go sit y'all butt down.
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating.
First it was the free throws. Now it's you sending games into overtime because you don't know how to close out the game.
Well, that's it. That's our problem. But that's our problem. Those last few minutes of the game is what's killing us. You take those away and look at us now. You take those away, and this without having a true superstar.
And you was right. I remember them times where it was boring watching the Knicks after a while because we were just closing out games. That year we had that great season.
Yeah.
It was boring after a while because I know once we was up by like 20, game over.
Yeah,
that's the teams can't fight back.
So anyway, our guy, we got to give it to him, for at least getting back to all-star form. And then we also got to salute Quentin Grimes for making the Rising Stars.
Right.
So, kudos to our boys. So now on the trade news, and I think something needs to be done. I know there's a lot of talk, with the OG Anunoby thing. I don't think the last thing I saw, I don't remember where that was coming from.
3 first round.
With the 3 first round. Now it was Obi, and I don't remember if it was. I don't think it was Fournier, because Fournier would at least given you the contract off. It was Obi and somebody. And then the 3 first. I don't think he's the answer for that. I don't care that much about them first round picks, but if you're gonna use 3 of them, first round picks and 1 definitely unprotected, then you gotta and 2 was this year. You gotta get more back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that needs to be saved. When you can make that drastic superstar level trade with the players and the picks. As much as I love Anunoby, and I would love to have OG on our team. Said that before. I would also like to have Gary Trent Jr. on our team, but I don't think they worth 2 players like an Obi and somebody else plus 3 first-round picks. And we got to be smart with that. If teams are trying to tell us they'll take Reddish, we know Reddish is capable of scoring 20 points a game, and we willing to settle for 2 second-round picks. Why are we always willing to settle, but teams want to take everything from us? And the Knicks just have to do way better in that scenario. You know, we get real dumb when it comes down to our assets as opposed to taking somebody else's assets. And then there was the one with...
even when you said that, I don't even understand why Reddish still not playing.
Well, numbers game for
even
him.
Even when Fournier is in there, Reddish can't get Fournier's minutes.
But those 3 minutes Fournier is getting, I mean...
I'm talking about Reddish release hitting way more threes than Fournier at the time.
Yeah, between the two of them, that's a lot of points. Because if you look at if they played regular minutes, Fournier, Reddish, Derrick Rose, and Obi. Now, these are people y'all put on the trading block. You take those 4 guys on their hot nights, if they're playing those minutes, you essentially got 15 to 20 points a game from each of them you giving up. If they was regular rotation players. Yeah. So you want to give away all this offense and you want to take little back. That bothers me with that. But you talking about the Jazz, the Knicks have been in talks with the Jazz, according to several sources. Malik Beasley and I forgot this other big guy on the Jazz for Obi and who was it? Again, Obi and another player. I think that one was Obi and Fournier. Again, Beasley would be a nice piece to have, but he's a scoring machine, but it's either answer for us playing one side of the ball, because he would have to play with Randle. So who's the odd man out, or is he coming off our bench? Yeah. Now he could be a threat coming off the bench because he is going to pull it and he is going to knock down the shot.
Yeah, at this point, they're not trading for.
Yeah, that's a lateral move.
Yeah, they're not trading for maybe RJ to get somebody big. You can't trade Brunson. Nor do I want them to trade Brunson. But then Randle's the only person you can trade to just change the team.
Well, you got to
because getting all these new pieces, it ain't gonna matter if they're not better than what you already playing.
Yeah,
so that's my whole thing. Like I've been saying this for the past 2 weeks. If they not trading for somebody that's gonna take RJ spot, who else starts? Grimes spot.
Yeah.
Mitchell Robinson spot. Like if you're not putting somebody better at those positions, then
RJ is the key. RJ to me is the only one in that starting lineup that right now you can afford to trade and get back a steady scorer. The person has to be a steady scorer. I don't care if they even just a real D&3. A real D&3 would knock down those shots. You know, they'll find those shots and knock them down. But RJ's the only one that we could really afford to give up. Because even the Detroit's Sadiq Bey, what would we give up for Sadiq Bey? And now that one, would you give up RJ for Sadiq Bey? Is that even worth it unless you're getting back some more? Now I would do that if we're gonna get back, if you're gonna get Sadiq Bey and you're gonna get Bogdanovich, I'd do it. Because now you're bringing in offensive score and you're bringing in a 3-point threat. So for something like that, I would do it. But somebody has to be subtracted. We can't keep making all these moves for our bench guys who's not going to play. There got to be somebody in that starting lineup. And the Knicks they should decide on something. If you're not going to decide, then stop playing with the guys. But the coach owe it to everybody. He owe it to us too, to get us just a little bit more, just a little bit more help. You know. And then let's just talk about, again, you brought it up before, Kyrie Irving, which is, to me, I understand that. Why and it must have really happened. Because he ain't come on to dispute requesting the trade.
Oh, what must have really happened?
That he actually requested to be traded before the deadline. Because
even if he did or didn't, I don't know what the issue is. Like,
yeah, but that's the selfish part of would anybody want to touch you?
For Kyrie?
Yeah, for Kyrie. Before you even get to KD. If Kyrie's, after all he's been through, if he requesting a trade, knowing that KD's not there right now, and how much better y'all were when KD was there, why would you do that to your team?
But what's going on with Kyrie now, I think it's just bigger than what him playing with KD is. Because you come there, what's the first issue he had? First issue he don't want to take the vaccine.
No, it's something before the vaccine.
He went to a party. I think somebody was telling me that. Like he had to go to a mother's party or a mother friend party. All right, cool. So one thing. Then vaccine. Whether you for it, against it, that ain't happening. Then what's next? Anti-Semitism. That happened. Nets don't got his back on nothing. So then you want me to, then you tell me to come back and y'all losing. Right? You get the team back to winning. You clearly could do it on your own. And I want my pay. Y'all took money from me. Y'all had a list of demands, and y'all took money from me. I had to sit down and learn, have a study guide with a rabbi.
Okay, but you came back and they gave you...
They didn't give you nothing.
No, but the contract that you came back to, it wasn't what you wanted in the offseason, but it was fair for somebody who has not played.
I'm talking about it wasn't that he had not played on his own terms. It's not like he kept going to parties.
I'm talking even before the vaccine, he had times.
I'm talking about other than that one time.
The bubble.
That was it.
The bubble. You don't want to play in the bubble. You don't want to do all these things.
I'm talking
yet
about,
they still gave you a contract.
Wasn't the bubble had to do with the vaccine?
Listen, he could have played out this year of his contract and then renewed. Finished the year. Because y'all still have a chance to win the championship.
I'm talking about, but that's the problem. If he don't sign the contract, they still going to trade him. What was the difference?
Well, but come on, you have a chance now to win the championship.
But with Kyrie, it's like a lose-lose, right? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. If he didn't say nothing,
okay,
he would have been like, I'm not signing the contract.
No,
they would have been on the news saying he's not signing the contract.
Nah, this stunt he's pulling right now is wrong. This is to come up right now. KD's out. Y'all was rolling. So what leverage are you? You know you finish out the way y'all doing right now. No matter what happened in the playoffs, you should have known they're gonna reward you.
There's a chance he don't get traded.
Right, and they probably gonna reward him finishing out this year the way they doing, because they see with a healthy him and a healthy KD, they look pretty damn good. So regardless of what would have happened in the playoffs, I'm pretty sure the Nets were gonna reward him with that contract next year.
So they don't find him a spot right now, they just gonna lose him for nothing anyway.
No, he's not. I don't think he's unrestricted. I send his ass somewhere he don't want to go.
He don't got a list of places he would want to go.
He did. He had the Lakers. He did. He gave me. He want to go with LeBron. He preferred to go. No, you don't got the right to do nothing until after the season. You don't got the right to say nothing at this point. And you owe it to your team not to say nothing. The teammates stood by you through all that ordeal and welcomed you back.
Really.
The teammates stood by him.
I ain't see that.
Players on that team had his back and welcomed him back.
The only person that had his back was Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown on his team.
All right, that's the only person that said something. Said, whoa.
Well, he's the president because he's the
All right, so I didn't hear nobody on that, even KD.
Nah.
All KD said, he's been diplomatic about it. All I want to do is play ball. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Right, he was taking He said to say something bad about him. Let me not just say nothing for him. For him.
KD,
but you came back.
KD offered to get a trade too. So what's the difference?
Listen.
Wait, hold on.
No. Let's get to Kyrie. Let's get to Kyrie.
KD asked for a trade.
But KD ain't going nowhere. KD don't have a contract at the end of the season. Kyrie has a contract to make more money at the end of the season.
But he asked for a trade?
He has the right to ask for a trade if he wants to. He's under contract. You want to be a fool under contract? Kyrie contract could be up this year, but the Nets still hold your rights. So they could give you your money. Is it about the money or you just want to leave? Which one is it?
I would want to leave.
Okay, then you just want to leave, then
that's how I'm thinking.
Case,
that's what I said. It's bigger than basketball. I want to leave. Y'all don't got my back.
Well, I don't know. I just thought the way they was rolling
and the way he playing, hell, he go to another team.
Another team is not gonna trust you. You ain't going nowhere. Who gonna trust you?
Yeah,
there has to be a team down and out to take you. Somebody like the Utah Jazz, people like that.
Somebody did ask for him. They said we'll take him.
Who?
I forgot who it was. Somebody was like, trade him over here.
College team. Yeah, but I just thought that, you're making it hard. You're making it hard for yourself. And you're making it hard for the guys coming up under you. Because now when they redo that collective bargaining agreement, there's going to be some stuff in there. Because too many players now trying to hold teams hostage. You look at James Harden when he was talking about with Philly. He want to go back to Houston. Like, what? Y'all guys getting millions of dollars. Play out your contract, and when you get to that point, then say something.
With James Harden, that's different. But a lot of these players, that's totally. And not for nothing with Kyrie. Yes, Kyrie was on Cleveland. Y'all get a ring. You say you want to do it on your own. You go to Boston. You don't. You apologize to LeBron. right? You say, oh, it's harder than I thought trying to be a leader. You end up on the Nets with somebody else that don't really know how to be a leader. No disrespect, but KD not going to do it again without Golden State, without the Warriors over there.
Well, KD is more capable on a regular team than Kyrie is, because you just don't know.
Yeah, but it just didn't happen yet.
Would you take KD?
Because Chris Paul capable? Yes.
Of course he's capable.
But do he got a ring? No.
No.
Was Melo capable? Yes. Do he got a ring? No. There's players that's capable, they don't got no ring.
Well, you put the pieces alongside
putting up them numbers.
One person.
If Kyrie's putting up them numbers, that's all that matters. I'm putting up the numbers. So what now?
Yeah, listen. All right. Would you take KD?
Yeah, I would take KD. But are we gonna win? No, because KD clearly needs somebody else. We not gonna win. We not gonna win with Julius Randle, and we not gonna win with KD by himself.
So what about both
KD,
of them
we're gonna get to the. Well, both of them together, maybe.
All right, that's what it is. You got to have more than one superstar.
But we got to trade.
Things still got to lined up, right? So now that's where if you would decide to go that route, that's where you use your players in your first round picks for. If you was deciding to go that route, then that's where you at least put them in a deal like that. At least put them in a deal for a superstar, and not throw all your picks and players into a guy that makes you still average.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, at least if you're gonna do that. All right, but that Kyrie thing, that we're going to probably be talking about that until after the trade deadline, a couple of weeks or a week, whatever it is, because that's just a bit much for me. All right, so now we said every week we're going to do a player profile. So this week we're going to do a quick profile on IQ, on Emmanuel Quickly's, on his stats, and
that boy quick now.
No, he's doing good. I mean, he's 12 points per game. I thought he was more than 12.6 points per game. It seemed like more than that, because we know he can go off at stretches at a time. His assists are 3.2. Seemed like they more than that, but you got to count the hockey assists. Yeah, because he is moving the ball when the time comes. His rebounds, 4 points, 4.1. 34 shooting percentage, 3-point percentage. Seemed like that's better. I don't know why that seems low to me. A field goal percentage of 5.14.
Because I think at the times of the games he do it, it's an impact to it.
Yeah.
So it just looks bigger than what is actually going on.
Well, if his field goal percentage is 5.14, so that's actually excellent. And that's a lot of it because he get to the basket with the floater. And then his free throw percentage is up in the 84%. So with all that combined, I heard talk of IQ being in the running for six man. You think he's six man material?
Six man, up against who though? Like who's the people that's?
I don't even know who. I don't even know who's this year who clear cut kind of favorites. But also one thing I do know, whenever there's a Knick in the running, Knick will generally get it. You know, like JR and back with John Starks, Anthony Mason, people like that. If a Knick is playing well enough to be mentioned, then they usually would do that.
Man, go by your numbers or go by if you're winning. See, that's the problem. Like the All-Stars.
Well, I mean,
your numbers or a mixture of your numbers and if the team is winning.
Yeah, I would have thought the team had to be doing well. So the Knicks are doing well because they're in the hunt of anywhere from that 8 through 4. Even though now they done cleared off past 4 a little bit, but that 4 and 5 spot they still attainable. So you're still in the hunt. Somebody got to be 7. Somebody got to be 4th. So yeah, in that sense, he would make sense there. I don't see it as a clear cut 6 man in the year because your 6 man should be a person who also could be your starter, and he proved that he do very well starting for us.
Yeah.
So he has shown that. But I can't really think right in the top of my head and watch as soon as the show is over, it'll come to me how many guys that are doing well in 6 man. But just the fact of him to be mentioned in that, when you're talking about having an all-star in Randle and a rising star in Grimes, and you got people, that shows a sign of a good team. So if we can put all those things together, what IQ is doing, as a point guard for the Knicks, he's doing very well. As a shooting guard, he's doing well. So when you put all those things together, you try to look at, how come we can't close out a game? We have Brunson. How come we can't close out a game? We got Randle. We got RJ. Why are we having so much trouble? But it's good to have a glue guy that IQ has become for the New York Knicks to have on our team. So I'm happy for him. If he gets it or not, I'm happy. I'm not even lobbying for it. To me, 6 man a year, to me, don't carry the same weight anymore because now we need to start.
Yeah.
We need our starting team to be what it's supposed to be, and then deal with the 6 man. So until we get that, I can't sit here and jump up and down, right? If we had a 6 man of the year, but it'd just be nice to know that we could depend on our 5 starters, to get us where we need to go during the regular course of a game.
Right.
Yeah. So, but what's the name? We're gonna get back to another time, on that Kyrie Irving thing,
Let's see what happens.
because that just don't affect the Nets. That affects the league. That domino effect, So people, until next time, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the thumbs up. We really need that. We keep saying we're gonna go live. We're just working on timing and schedule because we want to hear what y'all got to talk about in real time.
Say equipment too. So hit that like.
Throw that in there, right? Equipment. All right. So until next time, peace.